No more secrets. Mike Wolfe's most shocking revelations. What if the man who's spent years digging through America's forgotten corners has been burying his own secrets this entire time? For over a decade, we've watched Mike Wolfe on American Pickers, unearthing hidden treasures and unlocking the fascinating stories behind them. But now, the treasure hunter himself is ready to open up, revealing the truths he's kept hidden from both his fans and the world. This isn't just another peek behind the scenes. It's a jaw-dropping confession that could change everything we thought we knew about Mike Wolfe. Mike Wolfe leaned forward, a spark of mystery in his eyes, and said, "I'm about to reveal something I've never told anyone before. This is a story I've kept to myself for years, something that changed everything for me. It's a part of my journey that no one has heard, not on TV, not in interviews. But today, I'm finally ready to share it. And trust me, it's going to surprise a lot of people." For years, fans have wondered about Mike's deeper role on American Pickers. While his co-stars have chased different paths, whether diving into their own personal lives or business ventures, Mike has remained the steady, unshakable force behind the show. But why? Some say he's more connected to America's past than anyone else, clinging to the relics of history. Others believe there's a hidden story beneath the surface, something the cameras haven't shown us. Could the man who uncovers the past be hiding pieces of his own story? What he reveals next might just surprise you. To truly understand this moment, though, one has to go back to where it all began. Mike Wolfe, who was born in Joliet, Illinois, on June 11, 1964, his tale begins far away from the treasure hunts and cameras. Adversity characterized Mike's early years as he grew up in Bettendorf, Iowa, with his siblings, Beth and Robbie. Growing up with his strong single mother, Rita, they didn't have plenty of wealth, and money was frequently tight. Rita taught Mike the value of perseverance, hard work, and finding value in unexpected places, despite their financial difficulties. Mike was cutting through backyards and alleys on his way to school, dodging bullies and searching for treasures that others missed, while the majority of children were out playing sports or hanging out with friends. Mike was searching scrapyards, garages, and junkyards for old bikes, furniture, and other items that people had thrown away while the other children played with their new toys. For Mike, this was more than just a phase. It was a passion. He was able to see things that most people would miss. He seemed to be able to see possibilities in something rusty, old, and broken that others couldn't. Mike's mother allowed him the room he needed to pursue his passion after realizing his developing obsession. She gave him permission to convert the family garage into his first workshop. He started learning the craft of restoration here, repairing vintage bikes and furniture, and giving new life to items that most people had forgotten. His expanding understanding of antiques and collectibles quickly developed into something more. In order to turn his passion into a respectable business, Mike took the risk of opening his first bike shop. This was only the beginning, though, because he would soon find himself traveling down a different route, the world of antiques. By the year 2000, Mike's pastime had developed into a profitable enterprise. In LeClaire, Iowa, he established Antique Archaeology, a modest store that would later serve as the center of his empire. Mike spent his days searching for priceless and uncommon artifacts from America's past by exploring barns, basements, and abandoned structures. The life was not simple. There were many challenges and long hours of labor. However, Mike remained steadfast in his quest to uncover hidden gems and preserve history. He established himself as one of the industry's top collectors, and his collection continued to expand, stoking his enthusiasm even more. However, when American Pickers debuted on the History Channel in 2010, everything was different. The show made the world aware of Mike's love of picking, and more significantly, his indisputable bond with Frank Fritz, his co-host and childhood friend. The two had bonded over their love of antiques and the excitement of hunting. Having known one another since middle school, fans were immediately enthralled with their dynamic as their friendship gave the show a relatable, real feel. American Pickers developed into a cultural phenomenon over time. During their travels across the nation, Mike and Frank found treasures in dusty backyards and old barns, among other unexpected locations. One artifact at a time, they were uncovering the stories of America, not just collecting antiques. The program offered viewers a look into the past, by demonstrating how the artifacts that shaped history could be used to celebrate and preserve it. However, like any long-running program, the strain of celebrity and the difficulties of a television career eventually got to them. Once as close as family, Mike and Frank's relationship started to fall apart by 2020. Fans became aware of the increasing tension between the two friends despite their lengthy friendship. Fans were left wondering what had happened when Frank abruptly disappeared from the show. Was there more going on behind the scenes? Or was this merely a personal issue? Mike confirmed Frank was officially out of American Pickers in a public Instagram statement in July 2021. When he described their journey as having ups and downs, many people were left wondering what had caused the divide. Frank, however, didn't mince words. In response to Mike's statement, he disclosed that they hadn't spoken for more than 2 years, including during Frank's recovery from extensive back surgery. Frank disclosed that he felt pushed out of the show in favor of Mike's brother Robbie, saying, "He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me once." Fans, who had come to cherish their friendship and mutual love of picking, were devastated by the split between the two friends. Then, tragedy struck in July 2022. The world watched in shock and disbelief as Frank suffered a severe stroke that left him partially paralyzed. Frank died on September 30th, 2024, when he was 60. Mike was reportedly by his side in his last days, providing support and demonstrating that there was still a great deal of respect between the two, despite their disagreements. In a touching social media memory of their friendship, Mike described Frank as a dreamer who was just as sensitive as he was funny. However, there were some issues with American Pickers as well. Since the discovery of a rare 1967 Shelby Mustang GT 500 that had reportedly been untouched for more than 40 years in one of the most talked-about episodes, Shelby in the Barn, fans have speculated about the show's authenticity. Many viewers questioned whether the episode had been staged because of the circumstances surrounding the find and its timing. Mike's company, Antique Archaeology, has also been the subject of criticism. A customer complained to the Better Business Bureau in 2022, claiming that the store had backed out of a confirmed sale in order to take a higher offer. "I suspect they accepted a higher bid," the customer asserted. "All I ask is that they honor the purchase." The incident sparked persistent rumors about Mike's business practices, even though the store responded with an explanation, stating that a technical glitch had allowed two customers to purchase the same item at the same time. Mike's dedication to conserving history is unwavering in spite of the controversies. He is well known for his remarkable collection of vintage vehicles, which includes his highly valued 1959 Chevrolet El Camino, which is estimated to be worth an incredible $575,000. Mike has made it his goal to preserve the past in all of its appearances, and his commitment to conserving rare and priceless pieces of history goes far beyond antiques. Mike has also had his share of difficulties in his personal life. He married Jody Faith in 2012, and the two of them overcame many challenges, including Jody's fight with stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Jody was diagnosed with cancer in 2013, and after years of treatment, she was finally deemed cancer-free in 2020. Mike and Jody's marriage ended in divorce in December 2021, citing irreconcilable differences. Despite this victory, Jody received $6 million in cash, several properties, American Pickers royalties, and monthly child support as part of the substantial settlement. Although primary custody was awarded to their daughter Charlie, Mike is still an involved and loving father who frequently posts pictures of their time together on social media. Mike's journey took yet another unexpected turn in 2025. Due to a gas leak brought on by adjacent construction, Antique Archaeology's Nashville location had to temporarily close in February. Although no official reopening date had been set as of late February, the store's staff assured fans that they were working on it. The closure raised questions about what would happen to American Pickers and Mike's company in the future. Some questioned whether Mike was reassessing his future in light of the show's declining ratings and the difficulties facing the retail sector. But it appears that Mike's dedication to the excitement of the hunt, the untold tales, and the preservation of history is far from over. In March 2025, American Pickers resumed filming in South Carolina, where producers urged residents to display their distinctive collections. For Mike, it has always been about more than just ratings, but this new strategy might be exactly what the show needs to rekindle its audience. It's about continuing to unearth the past, telling stories, and discovering treasures. Mike keeps expanding his business endeavors outside of television. Both his vintage-inspired hangout for classic car enthusiasts, Columbia Motor Alley, and his boutique rental property, Two Lanes Guest House, are flourishing. Beyond simply picking, Mike is dedicated to ensuring that the past is preserved in ways that have significance. Mike supports the National Trust for Historic Preservation because he is passionate about history and preservation. He has a personal stake in restoring structures like the 1947 Chevy dealership in Columbia, Tennessee, and is actively involved in programs like This Place Matters, which encourages communities to preserve historical landmarks. By drawing tourists and fostering economic growth, Mike's Nashville's Big Backyard project has aided small towns in thriving and demonstrated that development and preservation can coexist. Mike has more than 120 motorcycles in his collection, including rare gems like a 1934 Harley-Davidson VL and a 1913 Indian Twin. He is a true enthusiast for vintage motorcycles. However, Mike is more concerned with conserving the bike's history and the tales they tell than he is with the bikes themselves. He put 62 motorcycles up for auction at the Mecum Auctions in Las Vegas in January 2025, focusing on particular periods of motorcycle history and providing others with the opportunity to own a piece of the past were more important than simply cutting back. Mike Wolfe has repeatedly demonstrated his unwavering passion for conserving history through victories and setbacks, controversies and victories. Mike's journey is far from over, whether it is through his business endeavors, his work on American Pickers, or his dedication to bringing the past back to life.